Hi, I'm Ronnie from Ronnie's Garage, and we're having our monthly tech meet, and today we'll be fixing the wires in a driver's door of a Bentley T2.
Now, Ronnie, the wires up next to your left. What are those? What are those two?
These?
I mean, off the top, top of your head, when you look at wire diagram.
The yellow wires are window motor, I'm pretty sure, because there's a lot of them, and that might be the feed to that one. If you take that switch off that other side, I bet you got a yellow and gray one going to it. Either that or a white and green one. These others, I don't know all this.
It looks like they were cut. It's too clean, doesn't it?
That's not that clean.
Okay.
It's kind of angled, and if you look at this one in particular, it looks like it's trying to be cut in another spot just from working back and forth.
For them all to be like that, it seems kind of.
Well, if you look at the other ones in here, you can see they're all chewed up too.
So they're all done, but just one at a time.
I think what's happened is somebody's pushed this back too far. This sharp edge, which normally has a big rubber flap on it, is cutting into it. That's what I think. So in technical talk, this is what we call a can of worms. You open it up, and there are a whole bunch of them in there, and they're hard to grab, and they're slipping and sliding, and you don't know where to start.
Are those wire splices there, or somebody's been in here?
Oh, well, somebody's tried to do something here. They just tried to put a Band-Aid on it.
Oh, the wire was chafed and they tried
Yeah.
to...
So it's not like this has never been looked at before. But here's another one that is, this is all these. So, this is the fun part, guys. What we'll do is we will feed a wire through this little, this is the fun part, is feeding this through and catching it on the other side. And I'm just going to use black wire for all the patches, because it shouldn't matter, because on the ends, they're going to be the right color on both ends. Okay?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The connection's short enough that you could see it if you had it in front of you.
Well, if you're checking circuits, you're not going to get in here. You're going to get to this end points. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pick a wire, and I'm going to go up line here. Where they break is where it's got the kink. So we got to go past that so that we can have nice fresh wire where it's going to be bending. And I'm just going to pick this one wire. What is this? Yellow and white. Is that white or gray? Let me get my glasses. I'm going to be struggling here without those. So when you work with shrink wrap, it's always good to remember to put your shrink wrap on the wire before you make your wiring repair. Otherwise, you can't put the shrink wrap on. So I'm going to start with this. Let's see here. This is a white and this one. That goes to this one. Okay, so I know that. And I'm not going to solder this. You can, but it's not necessary. If you make a butt connection, I use these non-insulated ones. If you make it right, it's actually better than a solder joint.
Is that because of a potential less resistance?
No, it has to do with the flexing.
Would plastic
Right,
be better material?
because the solder will wick and it'll make it more brittle, is what it does. What?
Would solder make a better tip?
Not necessarily.
Not solder, plastic, I'm sorry.
You mean the insulated one?
Yeah.
Well, you can use those, but what I want to do is get this harness back to a normal thickness. This, once it's crimped, is going to be about the same thickness as the wire. Now, if you put that plastic sleeve on the outside, the insulated type, it's going to get fatter. And that just makes the harness get bulkier and bulkier. So what I like to do is I'm going to go up further. I'm going to get a nice, clean cut, right? And then I'm going to strip it. Not too much. And then this right here, these are heavy-duty ones. If you look at them, this 14 gauge, it's got a split in it. See that split? If you look down the end, it's got a split. You guys probably can't see it. But the idea is for me to crimp with that male portion of this and squeeze it like this so it folds in on itself. See that? So the idea is it's going to have wires in it, and it's going to fold in on them, And then once you get it evenly done like that, you come back and you do this, and it locks it in. And you get a super, you can pass that around, super, super tight. And see how much smaller it is in diameter once you do that too?
Can you get the light for me?
You know, there's a little magnetic light. I just can't talk.
No,
when I
Chuck.
get that.
He's awesome.
Chuck, do something, will you? He's probably my best Vanna White. So now I crimped it, and I got that split. And I turn it, and I come on the outside, and I lock it. So now we've got a really good, tight butt. Okay, so now I'm going to connect it to this, not to this, because what would be the problem if I connected it to that? All the wiring be on the outside, right? I don't need that. All right, so where'd my tool go? There it is. Another good, nice clean cut, and then the strip, and then this is a little bit bigger gauge wire, so it's going to be a tight fit. There we go. Do my two-part crimp. Got the dip. And now we got that. And now I straighten it out so it has a nice straight feel to it, and then I'll use my heat gun, my hair dryer, whatever you want to use, on the shrink wrap. Make sure you get it in the right position. So now we'll make it about the same length as that, and then we'll hook it to this end. This is a time-consuming process, but it should be fixed for the next 30 years. So. There's only 6 wires too. We're not making a whole harness. This is exciting to watch, isn't it? This is where I'm going to be like a bionic wire repair guy on the video.
Definitely after the second one.
All right, there we go. Got it on there nice. Oop, I don't have the split. Where's the split? I lost it.
Right. What year do you have? What year conflict is that?
About 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Right, I hit 3 of them. I didn't cover it. Must be important.
Oh, sorry. One.
No, because that's a slightly larger gauge wire. pulling all the other 5 through?
Well, it
Keeping
could.
one as a pull wire and get all 5 loaded through first?
Well, we'll just see how it goes. I use the heavier gauge wire because it's going to be less resistance
Right.
as opposed to using a smaller gauge wire.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about the channel you're going.
I'll make it work. There's only 6 wires. So we'll do the black one now. That should be easy to trace, right?